Right, that's me walk done, and there's the van. I don't even know what I've got in the boot at the minute, but we'll have a look. Right, look at that, what a tip. There, what a tip. Now, we're probably all guilty of this. Everything just gets put in. But what I'm thinking is, all this space over here is wasted. Now, I can't build anything there because this lid has to open to get into the heater. And this lid has to open to get into the battery. So I can't build anything over them, but I can build something over the wheel arches here and this here, because that's both dead space. Hiya, how you doing? It's Jimmy here, coming to you from my workshop. It's February 2022, and this video actually started, well, the intro started in October 2021. And I'll just explain, if you don't know me, I'm converting that Citroen Relay panel van into a camper van, and it's partially done, and I do a little bit each year. Normally take it off the road in the winter, do the repairs and travel it in the summer. So the plan was to take it off the road and get cracking with more jobs, but what do you know, I don't like the cold. So I haven't done anything. So it's not been touched since the intro, which I might or might not show, because I wasn't feeling in the mood to do much on the van. I was going to start with an easy job to reorganise my garage section in the back, because it's always sod's law. The thing you want to get is right at the back and you have to pull everything out. So I'm just going to do some very simple, hopefully simple, cabinets over the wheel arches, because that's dead space. So took everything out so you can see and I can explain a little bit easier what I'm going to do. It's this space here that is dead, and I'm going to just put some cabinets that go up to the bottom of the bed down to here, and I can't go over this part because the heater is in there and this lid needs to open, and I can't build over the top of this because that's where the battery is, and that lid has to open. So I'm just going to do a very simple cabinet. Now you can probably see there's some wood behind me and some hardboard behind me. Hopefully just going to make it out of that. I'm just thinking make the frame out of this. It's about 1.5 inches by 1/2 inch roughly. I'm just going to make a frame out of that and put some sliding doors on it. Okay, we've got the frame pieces of wood cut to size, and we're going to put it together with pocket hole joints. And if you haven't seen them before, that's the little jig you need. That's just the basic one, but that's all you need. Right, before you go diving in and drilling holes, you have to set the jig up and the depth, the stop gauge on the drill. I'll try and explain what you do, but there's instructions come with the jig. First you measure the thickness of the wood, and that is, I don't know, can you see that? 17 mil. And then you have to turn this over and put the drill in, but 17 mil isn't on this gauge. The closest is 19, closest over is 19. So you put the shoulder of the drill onto the 19. See, and you tighten the stop with a little Allen key in there. And that's it, that's your jig set up. I've just watched those clips back. Just a point of clarification, there was a step I didn't say, setting up your pocket hole jig. When you measure the wood, which was 17 mil, I went straight to the drill and setting the colour of the drill to the 19, which is the next size over, because there's no 17 on this gauge. You've also got to set this sliding thing as well. Now there's an arrow there, and again there's no 17, but I don't know if you can see there is a 19. So you set it to the 19, same as the drill. I know there's instructions with it, but somebody would write and say you haven't said this, so that's what you do. Okay, when you're gonna do your wood, you put it so we want the holes to go through the wood to the end of the wood. So put that over the end and put it in the middle as best you can. And there's a pad on there that you can put a G-clamp onto. So you just make sure it's hard up against the wood and put your clamp on. And then you drill down. And there's your 2 pocket holes. Right, I know this is just a little cupboard that you're going to put in the boot of your van that no one's going to see, but I'm just going to try and keep it square. So what I do is I've set that up. I hope you can see I've clamped a square onto it, measured it first, and then that goes onto there like that. Now I'm going to glue it as well. So when I'm ready to glue it, I put another block of wood over the top to keep it square that way, so it's not sticking out or sticking back. So if you clamp another piece of wood onto there, that keeps that bit as flat as possible. So I'll just try and show you. Put some glue onto there. I think it's frozen. And then a couple of screws. And this first one done. I'll try and show you how I've got the clamps. Right, last one's done. We'll unclamp it and take it over to the van, see what it looks like. Right, you obviously want the holes facing inside so they won't be seen, and that fits onto the top of there like that. how it's going to go. Now, as I said before, we don't need a back wall, we don't need a bottom wall, we don't need a ceiling. We just need two side pieces to go on there and some runners to put some sliding doors in, and Bob's your auntie's husband. Well, that's going to have to be it for today because I'm held up for parts. I haven't got the plastic runners for the sliding doors to run in. So I'll show you what I've done up to now, and that's all I can do till I get the runners. So I've just put the two end pieces on, and I've got the frame there, but they're not screwed in yet. They're just lying in place. I can't fix it till I put the runners in because it's easier to do the runners when it's not in place. This has to be shaped because of the strength part for the bed, and I was going to scribe around it, but it's only in the boot, so all I've done is cut a notch out to fit round. And if you turn that round the other way around, it fits the near side, so you don't have to do the measuring and things. Just turn it round, draw it as a template and cut it out, and you've got your end piece of wood for the other side. So that's about it. So I'm stuck till I get the runners, which will be a couple of days, I think. So I'll see you in a couple of days. Well, it's been a couple of days since the last clip because we've been waiting for the runners for the sliding doors to arrive, which has arrived now. I'll just come round and show you them. You can see that, well, you cannot really tell there. There's one deep runners and one shallow. The deep one with the biggest groove, goes to the top of the frame. The little one goes to the bottom, and the doors slide in there. They are 4 mil, so you need 3 mil plywood or hardboard to run into them. Right, these runners are going to be held into the frame with double-sided tape, so the areas need to be clean. So the first job is to cut these down to size, because they're obviously not the same size for your individual frame. Cut them down to size and wipe the back and the inside of the frame with white spirit. When the white spirit's dry, you can cut the double-sided tape to size and stick inside the frame, top and bottom. And from this part onwards, I would recommend that you mark the frames offside top, near side top, obviously on the back so it won't be seen. And also when you get to cutting the actual sliding doors, I would mark them as well. Right, now we're going to do the sliding doors. Now because there's two and there's one in front of the other one and one moves that way and the other one moves that way, they overlap and you want a couple inch, at least a couple inches overlap, or so you don't see the gap through. So what I do is on this one, I don't know if you can see, if I line that up there to the edge of there, we're going to have that much overlap. Now it doesn't matter because it won't be seen, it'll be behind the front door, so it doesn't matter, so that's fine. So we don't need to cut any off the length. We will have to cut some off the height because as you can see it's too high. So what I would do, because you can try and do it with a ruler, and I've done this before and nearly always I was wrong. So best way to do it that I've found is to get an offcut and put the offcut up the top. This is the top, the deep one, the deep channel, and push it all the way up to the deep channel, to the end, to the stop, all the way home, and then get a pencil, which I should have had ready but I haven't. Get a pencil and mark at the edge of this other rung. Cut that off and then try it. I'll come back. Okay, we've got the offcut now. And what we do is stand it up so that it's the right way around. That is the top. And what you do, and I'm going to be doing it upside down here, so you put it into the top and then slide it into the bottom one. Let it drop into the bottom one. Now you'll see that slides, no problem. And don't just try it at one end, try it at both ends. Just in case your frame isn't square. That's your door, so pretty safe to cut your door that height. So it's better to make a mistake on the offcut rather than cut the door and make a mistake. So now you know, you're pretty confident that that's the height of your door. And there we are. That's all you needed to do was cut the board in the middle, because you want one door this side, one door that side. That one moves that way and that one moves that way. Now all you have to do now is cut a little hole big enough to put your finger in, there and there. So you put your finger in and pull it along. That's it. So just need to put a couple of screws in that in there, and then this job is finished. I'll show you when it's done. Well, a nice easy one to get me into the swing again. So what's next? To be honest, I don't know. But that's that one done. Hope it's going to be useful in the summer when I start going away again. Keeping me more organised, keeping my garage area more organised. Anyway, that's it for this one. So you take care. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.